strong win for you guys. Could you sense the energy of the building and just sort of how that was building throughout the game?
Oh yeah, no, it was another playoff atmosphere for sure. As we talked pregame, you got to give the Celtic fans credit. They always come out strong. But you know what we say, right? They can take that L on the way out, baby. But no, really, most thing I'm proud about, though, Ryan, for real, though, is how we responded from the loss against Phoenix. We had a run in that second quarter, 23-1 run, and we just didn't play our brand of basketball. And I felt tonight, to get that win against that team and to do it playing the defense that we did, it was really fun to watch. I mean, their elite three-point shooting in 2 matchups against them. Our guys have been phenomenal in terms of discipline, in terms of multiple effort. They go 11 of 38 for only 29%. Thought the bench was outstanding tonight. They gave us really good contributions. And, Nikola goes out, gets a triple-double. Aaron, one of the best in-game dunks I've seen on a putback. That was just amazing play right there. Jamal Murray, obviously, and I thought Payton Watson, his impact on both ends of the floor were critical just getting this win. So that's a really good team over there. And, we got 19 to go. And as I told our players, we got to find a way to stay hungry. You can't just get up for the great teams. We got to get up for everybody and play that brand of basketball every single night.
How important is it to finish strong, scoring-wise in quarters, like you did?
Yeah, I know. I think it was first quarter we hit a shot at the end of the buzzer. I think second quarter we hit a shot at the end of the buzzer. We always talk about just in general winning the last few minutes of every quarter. So yes, that's offense, but that's also defense. Getting timely stops, executing, because you want to take that momentum into the beginning of the ensuing quarter. But those are always uplifting. The crowd gets into it, and it gives you maybe a little bit of an edge. That team never goes away. They have tremendous talent. Obviously, Jaylen Brown tonight, 42 points, 13 rebounds. He was phenomenal. But I think one of the keys also was first half they dominated the glass. I think they only had 2 offensive rebounds the entirety of the second half. They had 11, I think, in the first half. So much better job defending and rebounding. And that, led us to 19 fast break points. And that's who we are, defend, rebound, run.
You mentioned the three-point shooting. Obviously, it's tough to hold them under 30%. What were you sort of seeing that you wanted to emphasize in the timeout at the very beginning of the second half after those Porzingis threes? Yeah,
we just, to start that third quarter, I think we probably had 4 breakdowns to start, 2 defensively, 2 offensively. And, against that team, that's why no lead is safe. The way they shoot the ball, they can get back in the game in a hurry. So just kind of called a quick timeout to, hey, man, let's get back to doing what we do, all being disciplined, communicating, and trusting in one another. And I think, we got back to doing that after that little stint to start that third quarter. But, yeah, they put a lot of pressure on you.
Payton can impact the game in so many ways, like you said. It looked like that open three you talked about the other night. You guys are missing those, hit that, and it all just kind of eased up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, and, I was proud of him because in the first half he had 0 rebounds, and we were getting hurt in the glass. So second half he gets 4 defensive rebounds, had some tremendous defensive possessions, blocks at the rim. I mean, that's when Peyton's at his best, he's using his size, length, athleticism to be a disruptor defensively. And he did that tonight. And then when he's attacking, that dunk he had in transition, that's the balance. Attacking, getting to the rim, getting to the foul line. And when you're open, he puts a lot of time into his game and gets a lot of shots up, stepping in and shooting it with confidence. But, that was a big 3 by him. But, again, I thought Christian Brown was great tonight. 7 points, 6 rebounds. Reggie in his minutes, it was just a really good night for our bench. And if we have both units playing at that level, that's when we know we're at our best.
Michael, in years past, perhaps physicality bothers this team. How far have you come in that department? It was physical tonight. You didn't back down.
Yeah, I think our guys, you don't win a championship if you can't handle physicality. So I think our group has shown that we can win lots of different ways, and teams that are physical, I think, our guys are built for that as well. And no matter what you throw at them, we're going to find a way. Late in the game, I thought, unlike the game the other night against Phoenix, I liked our fourth quarter defense down the stretch, and I thought our offensive execution was where it needed to be. Nikola taking over, 2-man game with those 2 in the pocket, and other guys stepping up and making plays around them.
We've seen it a ton, and it's fairly simple in terms of execution. What's the combination of Nikola late in the situations and AG cutting in that makes that so hard for teams to defend? Nobody teams to be able to stop that?
Well, tonight they were switching. I mean, so now you're switching the pick and roll, which means Nikola's got a small on him at the nail. So, as he's backing that guy down, the other guy who's just kind of roaming the baseline, he feels the need to step up sometimes. And when he does that, if we're spaced correctly, you have Aaron just, roaming the sky. He's giving the traffic report up there. Then you have shooting in the corners. So at that point in time, when Nikola's got 2 feet inside the paint, pick your poison. One-on-one, he's one of the best mid-range shooters in the game. Send the body up. You have Aaron Gordon doing what he does better than anybody in the league. And if you want to send the body up and sink to Aaron Gordon, then you got great shooters in the corner. So it's obviously it's become very, that's who we become. That's kind of our go-to play, and we've done a really good job in terms of executing within that.
Boston's run the pick and pop between Tatum and Porzingis quite a bit in the last 2 games. Can you kind of walk us through the battle, I guess, of trying to contain that set?
Yeah, very hard. We did some different things tonight than we normally do, and when you have a shooter like Porzingis, you can't treat him like a normal big. So what we tried to do most of the night is full rotate to every one of his pops. And in the third quarter, the first 2 times he got threes, we weren't there. And he's so damn big. If you're there just a second late, he's shooting. He doesn't see you. So I think our guys overall did a really good job. He was 3 of 10 from 3 of just, they have really good guards, so we want our guard and our big to be into, over, and up, almost like a contained blitz. He pops, that guy's got to be there, and then we rotate behind it. And to do that, that takes tremendous effort and fly-around mentality, which we had a lot of tonight.
What makes this team so good in the final 5 minutes of clutch defense, especially in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, I think, last year I think we were 3rd in clutch defense. This year I think we're leading the NBA in clutch defense to this date. And I think what's great about our team is that we've been in so many big games over the years now that they never get rattled. There's a poise about our group. And obviously, when you have Nikola and Jamal running that 2-man game and they're the head of that, those guys never get rattled. And, we seem to be able to execute at a high level and get the stops on the other end. So, if you're going to be a team that is, trying to repeat as a world champion, you have to be able to execute on both ends in crunch time. And thankfully, our guys are doing that at a high level.
Well, you guys feel the difference between last March and this March, whereas last March you were largely wrapped up the #1 seed. And, I don't want to say kind of cruising to the finish line, but this March is more of like a race to the finish line.
Oh, yeah, completely different to your point. It's last year we took over first place, I think, towards the middle or end of December. And I think our guys kind of got bored. I mean, there's no excuse. I hate to say that. It drove me crazy because down the stretch we were not good. And, we were just kind of out there playing, and our guys were waiting to get to the postseason. And I was like, well, we just can't turn it on. And obviously we did. So this year, Minnesota won today. Anthony Edwards had a tremendous block to save the game at the end of regulation. You have OKC, who's been great all year long. We're trying to catch those teams right in front of us. You have the Clippers right behind us. So it is much different. That's why I'm really impressed with that group coming out of the All-Star break, being 7-1 since the break, understanding last year, no, this is a different year. And we got people in front of us that we got to try and catch. And, thankfully to this point, we've done a pretty good job. But once again, much work ahead of us. Thanks, everybody.